Hey, gods and goddesses, March horoscopes. March is a month of push and pull, and the best way that I can describe March is March madness. We are in eclipse season, so happy new year. Happy new year, everyone. We know that astrologically the new year starts when Aries seasons begin, and that is the spring equinox. Aries is a season of like bold new beginnings or embracing bold new beginnings because we are experiencing retrogrades in Venus and retrogrades in retrograde in Mercury and the sign of Aries and also Pisces. This is an intense time, but it also brings up themes of reflection, of trying to weave actions together with thought and purpose and doing things that inspire us and matters, right? But this is also a month to pause, reflect, and to honor the pauses as moments of time just to reflect, to introspect, to make sure the decision that you're making is truly one that's going to move you forward. And eclipse season is a time where we are redirected in ways that we experience breakthroughs. We have to trust that whatever delays that we experience or whatever no's that we experience are redirections or, harsh experiences because lunar eclipses. I will encourage you definitely go watch my video on the March eclipses because I go more in depth on what's going to happen for your sign. But we know that eclipse season or even a lunar eclipse can bring up a lot of emotional challenges for us, but overall, I do think that when eclipse season is over the next 6 months, you will see that it all serves a greater purpose. And it was all trying to invite you in a space to reflect and spark new energy. Because when we're talking about Aries, we're talking about sparking a new energy, like taking a new action. It's about understanding that movements, sometimes when we move, we have to reflect upon our experiences. We have to reflect upon our movements. Where are we moving towards? What are we going towards? And also adding in the intensity when we have the nodes in Pisces and Virgo as well. And, there's just a lot of things that are going on or happening in the sky in March. And it's really a time for you to understand that these movements or these planetary shifts or whatever shifts that occur in your life that you feel as though need your, reassessing or they need extra thought or they need extra communication or anything. I definitely just would encourage you to do a lot of introspection to understand that it is for a purpose and it's just getting you to reassess yourself. Eclipses can be seen as, very dramatic times, but in my experience and in my knowledge of the lunar eclipse that is coming up now, this is a time of staying grounded because Aries is a fire sign of passion. We are going into a space of new beginnings, but not knowing where to go, where to put your foot down, and just getting a chance to look inward will be the best theme or the best thing that you can do in the month of March. Okay. And also this is a time where we can experience a lot of planetary shifts. And let me just go over all of them. I'm going to start on March 1st. So on March 1st, we're going to have the sun in Pisces squaring Gemini with Jupiter in Gemini. The sun in Pisces, we can be feeling, optimistic or maybe a little bit too optimistic because we know that Jupiter is a ruler of Pisces. Okay. Maybe even overestimating your energy, like the capability, the amount that you can actually give. And we know that Pisces is a sign of selflessness and self-giving. Okay. Keeping things simple is going to be best for the 1st of March. And also on the 1st of March, we have Venus going into retrograde. If you haven't gone to watch my video on Venus going into retrograde in Aries and Pisces, definitely go ahead and do that because we haven't seen this with Venus and Saturn in the North Node and all this stuff. We haven't seen this in a long period of time. This is a time marked as new beginnings and new understanding, especially with Neptune going into Aries at the end of the month. So on March 1st, we have Venus going into retrograde in Aries. And this is a time where we're focusing on our relationships, even our sense of self-worth, is being looked at. What really matters to me? Does this relationship matter to me? Reassessing what is your true priority, right? Looking to make any changes, but don't rush into any changes, because we know when Venus goes into retrograde, this is a time of introspecting. You're looking at yourself, your values, your morals, and things of that nature. And even exes can come back into your life when we're dealing with Venus in Aries, but we know that Venus and Aries, they fall out of love very quickly, so be very mindful of this, right? And then we know that when Venus goes into retrograde, it wouldn't be the time to get any type of like plastic surgery or any surgery on your body, on your vessel, but if you have something scheduled, that's completely different. I would just say like cosmetics, things that you do to enhance your beauty. During this time, I will wait until Venus gets out of retrograde. And so on March 2nd, we have Mercury conjunct the North Node. Conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is leaving Pisces. I'm so sad. I don't know why. I'm excited it's going into Aries. If you haven't gone to watch the video on Neptune going into Aries, definitely go do that, because that's going to be a big shift as well, because we've never seen Neptune in Aries. So on the 2nd of March, we have dreamy. We can expect a dreamy, more intuitive outlook on our life, right? There is, or maybe a tone to our communication. There is like this creative brainstorming that it's really artistic, and it's really, it can be seen as something that's very ethereal, if that makes sense. You're speaking more about your inner world and being more immersed in like your inner world and trying to express it. Or this can be also a time where you are trying to, you're spending time in meditation, you're wanting to spend time alone. I would say be cautious about making really big decisions, because we know that Mercury in Pisces is not in the best placement, because Mercury is in is not doing well in a water sign, and under Neptune and Mercury and Neptune, you may not see things as clearly as you need to be seeing things, especially with Neptune's delusionary energy, and Pisces already is very delusionary in that sense. Okay, and then we have on the third, Mercury will be entering into Aries, and we know that Mercury in Aries is a little bit more better because, well, not more better, but Mercury in Pisces is in its fall. So it's a little bit more daydreamy, and Mercury going into Aries kind of wakes us up a little bit and gets our communication going a little more bold, fiery, speaking some truth. Don't forget to listen on this day as well. On the 5th, we have Mercury in Aries sextiling Jupiter in Gemini, and this is a sense of getting our creative ideas to go to the next level. Mercury in Aries is thinking a lot about its truth, is thinking a lot about what matters to them. And so Mercury in Aries sextiling Jupiter, this can bring up themes of like your brainstorming kind of feels very magical in that sense. It feels like being realistic. You're trying to be as realistic as possible, but also you're being optimistic about how much you can take on. And I will say that that is a day where you do want to have your big ideas flowing. You do want to have these ideas flowing that, inspire you, or you find yourself inspired by. Definitely try to share your thoughts or write them down and plan something out on this day. On the 6th, we have the moon conjunct Jupiter in Gemini. And this goes to show that there can be a shift in mood. There can be inspired to communicate. There can be a lot of expansive communication that expands your perspective, leaving you curious and things of that nature. We know that Gemini and Jupiter and Gemini can be very curious in that sense. We have the sun on the 7th. We have the sun in Pisces trining Mars and Jupiter. Okay, and then we have on the 20th, we have the sun going into Aries. On the 27th, we have Mercury retrograde entering into Pisces, the most loving sign of Pisces. That's going to be just great. And then on the 29th, we have Mercury going retrograde in Pisces. Oh, we have Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So we have Venus retrograde in Pisces and Mercury retrograde in Pisces at the end of the month in March. And that and that is going to bring up, oh, actually, and then we also have Neptune in entering into Aries on the 30th. And so retrograde Pisces and retrograde Mercury in the sign of Pisces definitely brings up a lot of themes about, the spiritual realm, your inner world definitely needs your attention. Journal about any dream that you may have. It's almost like your imagination, your intuition are very prominent during this time. Instead of making, any bold actions, your inner world needs your attention, and it can see so much progress if you spend time being consistent about what's going on in your inner world, meaning spending time in reflection. You will have dreams during this time. If you don't have dreams, definitely spend time in spiritual exploration, doing things that feel more aligned to you, like meditation, anything that is on the spaces of healing, enlightenment will be the best themes of the end of the month. And then ending off the month, we have Saturn in Pisces, sextiling Uranus in Taurus. And this brings a supportive note because this is blending the old with the new, right? This is creating long-lasting results or long-lasting changes that honor our future vision. And that's very important. We know that Saturn is this planet of longevity, and Uranus is a planet of spontaneity. Anything is possible, anything can happen. And so building your foundations on the vision that you inspire to be would be very mindful this month. But this month, as I said, is so very shaky, and also coming together, there's a lot of transformation happening in the month of March, weaving together, I said, with themes of reflection and introspection. I will say that I'm gonna go over each rising sign and see how this month is going to be affecting you. But I will say that the month of March is a time, once again, for growth, and there's a lot of opportunities, but there also feels like there's a lot of setback. Take the bold actions to create the life that you want, and pause and trust the rhythm of the universe, and trust in your spirit guides to guide you towards the right path, because we know that when the north nodes are in Pisces, in Virgo, everything happens just as it's supposed to. So let's get started. Hey Aries, if you haven't watched the beginning of the video, definitely go watch the beginning because I go more in depth over the days and what we can expect in those days. I feel like those are the most important days of the month, and it's very important for you because we're going into your season, Aries. And this is a time of self-reflection. You have many planets or a lot of focus or in your 12th house of introspection in your inner universe, of loss and of healing. So this is the time that you're going to experience, or this month, a lot of dreams, a lot of time to understand what's going on in your inner world, how to reassess the ways to better express yourself, better express your beauty. Self-reflection is very much key for you this month. Spending time alone, spending time trying to figure out what is happening in your life. I will say that the solar eclipse in Aries marks a major turning point for you, Aries. This is a time where you may set new boundaries, set new intentions to grow, most importantly, because your season is a time of planting the seed as well. Well, that would be Taurus season, but we know that the spring solstice is where we can really plant, we can really see everything blossom. We have bold new chances to make the beginning, and you are first in line for this, Aries. So be ready to take steps towards your dreams, steps towards your goals, and steps towards the person you are. You will be reassessing yourself because we have Mars, your ruler, in Cancer, coming out of retrograde already. But we also have Venus that's going to be in your sign in retrograde, Mercury going back into your sign in retrograde. There's a lot of reassessing for you, Aries. Spend time setting intentions for how you want to grow, what you want to do with yourself and your looks in your life. Venus is going to be in retrograde basically the whole month, basically your whole season, let's just say that. So that is I guess something to look forward to, because by the end of it, Aries are going to be looking so much better, and they're going to find their sense of style, and it's going to encourage them to take bold steps to what truly matters to them. And so with that being said, I'm very happy for you, Aries. This is going to be a month of introspection, but a bold one for you. And I really think that you'll see what values and morals that you hold truly dear to you. So that's all I have for you, Aries. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. If you found this video useful, please try to send it to someone else. Maybe they can find it useful as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, Aries. Hey, Taurus. Okay, Taurus, this is a time where you are going to be trying to balance out yourself. If you haven't listened to the beginning of the video, Taurus, please do. Your ruler, Venus, is going to be in retrograde in Aries and in Pisces. So March really is going to be a month of reassessment for you. And this is going to encourage you to reflect upon experiences, relationships, most importantly, how you show up in relationships, even your creative side. Your creativity, your inner child, your inner peace, your inner healing, your inner knowing, like your inner world needs your attention. But I do feel as though there is this stem of beauty. What is beautiful to you, Taurus? And because you are ruled by Venus, this makes this self-care. You have to always see the beauty in everything, or try to extract the beauty out of everything. This month will really, be a month where you kind of set your intentions of healing, of inner peace, of inner knowing, and of like emotional understanding, right? But with the Venus retrograde, this is like, how do you show up in relationships? And this is you physically, mentally, and spiritually as well. With the new moon, the solar eclipse, this can be a time in this month of March where you are setting your intentions to truly heal your emotional body, or finding time to balance out healing your emotional body, or how you show up for your inner child, or how you show up for your inner universe. Your month, Taurus, is based off of finding the beauty inside of everything, or extracting the beauty inside of everything. If you haven't gone to watch the lunar eclipse video, please go and watch the video, Taurus, because the Virgo is really, the eclipse in Virgo is really going to light up your creative side. Your inner world, your inner expression really needs your attention. Like, what are you saying to yourself? And I will say that because Venus is your ruler. Venus is the planet of creativity. Venus is the planet of luxury, of expense, of all of these things that is very meaningful to Taurus risings. And as Taurus is going through these retrogrades, the more time that you spend in reassessing to extract the beauty out of everything, the more that it will encourage you to show up better for yourself and in your relationships. And so that's all I have for you, Taurus. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you found this video useful, definitely like, comment, subscribe, and send it to someone who may find it useful as well. I'll see you guys. Bye, Taurus. Hey, Gemini. So, Gemini, if you haven't gone to watch the first part of this video, you definitely want to watch the first part. I go over days that are important that I think we need to look out for. And yes, it's very important because we're going to have Mercury, your ruler, going retrograde in the sign of Aries and Pisces. And March for you, Gemini, is going to put your communications up to the front, your thought processes up to the front, the way that you think about communication, your conversations, the way that you're showing up and expressing your ideas. You may have to revisit old ideas, revisit old thought processes that no longer work for you, and get yourself to think about new ones, or spend some time, closing out the old ones. I would say it's like you're spending some time rearranging your mindset this month. And it's important for you to connect with like-minded people and connect with people that are like you, in that say the words that you need to hear. Definitely be very intentional with the words that you do say, because they have more power than you realize. Gemini. Oh my God, I cannot stress that enough. Gemini, your words have a lot of power. So if you're going to say anything, you need to talk about the things that you want. Connect to people that can bring you opportunities. Connect to people that spark ideas within your mind. Changing your communication style, or the way that you communicate with others, Gemini, is going to be the way that you expand your power. Mercury going into retrograde is getting really you to assess the things that you say. Mercury is your ruler. It goes in retrograde many times, right? Many times, at least 2 or 3 times throughout the year. But in this retrograde, it's in the sign of Aries and then the sign of Pisces. And I do think that when we have our communication in the Aries, where it's like, they worry a lot about what it needs for itself, worries a lot about the self. And Pisces is your 10th house, Gemini. And so this brings up a sense of like watching what you say, watching most importantly what you say to the public, what you say to people that are working in your career path, what you say to your father, authority figures. It may not come off the way that you think it's coming off, or you may create situations in the work environment that you don't really need to create. And I will say another thing too, Gemini, your words have more power than you think. Please understand that. And also your thought patterns, your thought forms, your skills, and things that are things that run up in your head. Things that run up in your head. Sometimes you have to close those systems out and create new ones, Gemini. And I think this month, this is what you are going to center yourself around, or committing yourself to realizing. So that's all I have for you, Gemini. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you found this video useful or helpful in any way, please try to send it to someone else, and maybe they can find it useful and helpful as well. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys. Bye, Gemini. Hey, Cancer. So Cancer, Mars is in your sign right now. And if you haven't gone to watch the first part of the video, Cancer, definitely go ahead and do that, because I go over dates and transits that I think are important. And so Mars is in your sign right now. Jupiter is going to go into your sign in the later half of this year. I'm so excited about that. And you should be excited about it too, Cancer. So Mars has been helping you make progress on your long-term goals. It's also been getting you to put yourself into action, but this has been very emotional, having to do things with action. Cancer risings had to face a lot of tears. It's not always easy working with Mars, especially because Mars in Cancer is in its fall, right? And Mars is a doer and Cancer is a feeler. And so when we have the full moon and the lunar eclipse happening this month, if you haven't going to watch a video of the lunar eclipse, I go over a lot about what's going to happen in the month of March. These are themes around your home and your family life. You will need time to reflect on your foundations, your traditions, what you believe your emotional body to be, Cancer. This is the time to really assess your career. Maybe you might even get a career boost too, because when Aries season start, I will think that there may be a time where your professional goals or your professional ambitions become more prominent. Like you're able to make a decision about that. But March is a time for reassessment and redirection. So you can set ambitious goals and ambitious goals, right? But be willing to work towards them. Be willing to actually put the one step in front of the other, right? When the sun goes into Aries, you can expect maybe a promotion or something like that this month, or you can expect not a promotion, maybe to lose your job in some type of way, because eclipse season is so unexpected, right? And we cannot expect always the best things when we're dealing with a lunar eclipse. This is very emotional. You know, if your job does not align with your emotional body, Cancer, 9 times out of 10, you are going to let it go, you know, during the month of March, even leading some weeks up after that, or thinking about switching to another one. And any long-term process that you've been doing, right, like you've been doing for a while, Cancer, you can see some type of progress or result from that in the month of March, or the ending of the month of March. And that's all I have for you, Cancer. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you found this video useful and you think it can be helpful to someone else, please send it to them. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys on the next video, Cancer. Bye. Hey, Leo. So, Leo, this month is going to be it's going to be about you understanding and harnessing on your own power. The sun is going to be in the bold sign of Aries, another fire sign. Woo ha! Because Aries season marks a great time for you to explore new horizons that deal with travel, belief system, personal growth, or education. You know, thinking about different languages, publishing a book, thinking about your belief system. Aries season will bring a lot of focus and refocus on that area of your life, reassessing your resources, your finances, and how you value yourself. Even when the Venus retrograde this month, this is time for you to focus on getting new and deeper connections to yourself and to other people. You cannot have a relationship with yourself until you shine a light on yourself, until you realize that you are the center of all, because you are ruled by the sun, Leo. Right? And the sun is always shining on you. This month is going to be shining on your finances and really encouraging you. Well, the lunar eclipse, that's why I say definitely, Leo, go watch the lunar eclipse and solar eclipse video, the eclipse video that I have. It's very important because I go a lot in about the lunar eclipse and solar eclipse that we're going to be experiencing. And in the sign of Virgo, this is going to bring a focus to your finances and encouraging you to think about how you value yourself and value your self-worth, and also what you spend money on. This is maybe a time to reassess your savings. You know, are you saving too much? Are you spending too much? Right, Leo? And you know, definitely being mindful and just spending time. Don't make any big investments, because we are experiencing retrograde in Venus, and we are experiencing Mercury in Venus. And so be very mindful about whatever you choose to bring a focus on. I would say bring focus on your connections and bring focus on your expanding your horizons, like literally expanding your perspective by learning more and searching a little bit more. You can learn through travel, you can learn through education, or you could just learn by experience in life, Leo. So this is definitely a month where you are stepping into your power. Be reminded of how powerful you are. The sun is going to remind you of that. I know, Leo, we need the sun, especially if you were experiencing cold weather right now. Leo is not liking that. So that's all I have for you, Leo. Definitely tell me about your month of March, because I know it's going to be one to remember. So that's all I have for you. I'll see you on the next video, Leo. If you found this video useful or helpful, please try to send it to someone. Maybe they can find it useful or helpful as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, Leo. Hey, Virgo. So Virgo, the month starts with an eclipse in your sign. Well, I won't say it starts with an eclipse in your sign, but that is the big shebang for your sign, Virgo. So definitely go and watch the video on the eclipses, the March eclipses, because you are up for redirection, Virgo. We have the South Node in your sign as well. You are pushed into the spotlight to reflect in your identity, your personal values, your childhood, your personal growth, your career. Where are you going in this life, and where have you been in this life? This is a time where you're going to experience a lot of introspection about your relationships, about your direction, about your thoughts, and revisiting unresolved traumas, unresolved conversations, unresolved thought processes. You are now trying to resolve something. And because I said the South Node is in your sign, the South Node is always looking to discover and and investigate something, right? This is focusing on like intimacy, trust, and that is what K2 is doing in your sign, Virgo. And with the eclipse coming into your sign as well, this is a lunar eclipse. Very emotional time for you to trust yourself. I know, Virgo, because you are an earth sign. You experience a lot of thought. It's like, I need to see it to believe it. But with the nodes in your sign, it is now time to trust. Set your intentions on deepening your bond to yourself and to others. Most importantly, yourself. Deepening your bond to the highest source, to the connection, Virgo. Okay, deepening your intimacy to the next person. Mercury is your ruler, and Mercury is going to be going into retrograde. So definitely revisit conversations that have not been talked about. Maybe you've been afraid to talk about them. Maybe they have been afraid to talk about them. But this is a time to talk about them with calm and collective matters. Not looking to resolve anything, Virgo. This is not the time of resolving. This is a time of introspection, of actually thinking things through, not overthinking. Not overthinking, because that can happen when Mercury goes into retrograde. Am I making the right decision? Am I making the right decision? Think about how you can learn to grow and trust and deepen your intimacy with the next person, rather than, being very critical of yourself for not doing this and thinking that it cannot be done. If that makes sense, Virgo. And so this is a very powerful month for you, Virgo. A lot of great things will be happening for you. And I do want to say, with Mercury, your ruler, going into retrograde, watch the things that you say and think about, Virgo. You are amazing. Life is not as bad as you think, and you are not as bad as you think. And other people are not judging you, Virgo. Trust me. Focus on deepening your intimacy towards yourself, and really looking at your reflection, getting more into trusting in enlightenment and trusting into yourself. And that will play a huge part in how you deepen your identity, this month. So that's all I have for you, Virgo. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. I'll see you guys in the next video. Virgo, if you found this video useful or helpful, can you please try to send it to someone else, and maybe they can find it useful or helpful as well. Thank you, Virgo. Bye. Hey Libra, March. Wow. Venus, your ruler, is going to be in retrograde in the beginning of the month, starting on March 1st. That's fun, right? Well, Libra, this brings a lot of focus to your relationships and how you navigate partnerships, how you navigate business partnerships, and the relationship to yourself. Most importantly, how are you navigating that? Your self-care routine, is it up to par? What do you think about yourself? Do you need time to rest, reflect, and recharge? With the lunar eclipse, this brings up the time to rest and recharge. If you haven't gone to watch the lunar eclipse video, the solar eclipse video, or the eclipse video that I made, definitely go ahead and check that out. I'm going to put the link in the description box. But this is a time to recharge yourself. Aries season is starting on the end of March, right? And with the solar eclipse happening in Aries, this brings a time of fresh new beginnings in your close partnerships. And because Venus is your ruler, Venus is going retrograde. This is you changing your style, changing the way that you influence others in your partnerships through your sense of charm, through your sense of, food, pleasure, and beauty, and things of that nature. But you will be reassessing those things, because Venus is going into, Venus is retrograde in the sign of Aries and in Pisces. If you haven't gone to watch the Venus retrograde video, go watch that video as well, because that plays a huge part in March. March is a huge month for you, Libra. But only when it comes time to recharge and reflect and reassess the relationships that you're in, and the relationships that you want to be in, and the relationship to yourself. This month is going to be marked with a lot of fresh beginnings in relationships. A new foundation, must be had. A new understanding must be had. And this really gives you a time to rest as well. And we know that this spring equinox is like you're up in your ready to go and you're ready to move. But I do think that March will take a lot out of you internally when it comes to like resting and giving your energy into making things right and feel more balanced, Libra, that you may have to You may be a bit more sleepy, right? And so that's all I have for you, Libra. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please. And I will see you guys in the next video. If you found this video useful or helpful in any way, Libra, please try to send it to someone else and maybe they can find it useful or helpful as well. And I'll see you guys. Bye, Libra. Hey, Scorpio. So Scorpio, March madness, huh? So March is going to be getting you to reassign yourself with your daily routines and your priorities. I really would like for you to understand, not Virgo, excuse me, Scorpio, that Virgo, you're having an eclipse in Virgo, and this is getting you to focus on how you manage your time and your productivity. So Scorpio, if you haven't gone to watch a video on the eclipse season and the Venus retrograde, I'm going to put the link in the description box. Definitely check those out because it plays a huge part in the March story that you will be experiencing. Venus retrograde is going to bring up themes about your connection to your community and, your groups of people and how you reflect on your social circles and the people that are around you and humanity and the consciousness of humanity. This is a house of connection, right? But it's also the house of futuristic ideas. Venus is getting you to reassess those type of things. Is this being very authentic or not? And the new moon solar eclipse is going to set intentions for you to think about what brings joy to you, your inner pursuits, right? Your inner world, your inner child is up for reevaluation, or they need you to reflect on on them. Your inner child needs your attention. Let's just say that, Scorpio, about how it's expressing itself. The solar eclipse can spark new ideas within you, new beginnings, and this really brings up a sense of feeling personally happy with the way that you've grown or the way that you've succeeded at something. March can bring up themes on how you manage your time and what are you doing with the time that you're given. We know that time is an illusion, but what are you doing on a day-to-day? Like, how are you productive? We know that Virgo is a sign of productivity, but also it is a sign of discernment. So using your discernment this month, I need you to tap into your intuitive ability, Scorpio, this month, because this month can be packed with priorities, right? Reassessing your priorities, what is truly important in priority, or what needs to let go of, realigning to your fitness routines, right? And your fitness goals, realigning to your health habits, realigning to things that go into your body, like what makes you be productive, what makes you sleepy, Scorpio. This is the time when you're really going to be focused on those things, and you're going to be focused on how you can connect to your community, what you can do for your community, for humanity. And that's a beautiful thing, but definitely take time to reflect and reset. And you have to find personal joy within yourself to understand how you can help the world, And so that's all I have for you, Scorpio. Hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe, please. I'll see you guys on the next video. If you found this video useful or helpful, please try to send it to someone else, Scorpio, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Sagittarius. Hey, Sagittarius. If you haven't gone to watch the beginning of the video, definitely go and watch that. I go over transits that are very important, or aspects that are going to be important that are happening in the month of March, right? And March is going to be a very adventurous time for you this month. I feel like at home, because if you haven't gone to watch the eclipse video or the retrograde video, I'm gonna put those links in the description box. Definitely go check those videos out, because it gives you a larger picture on your month of March. But quickly, this brings up career highlights. This highlights your career. This highlights your goals, your respect in this world. What there can be promotions, there can be job changes, there can be a shift in your career in some type of way that's very that changes the way that that's very prominent, that it changes the way that you are now interacting with people, expressing yourself, Sagittarius. You are now being more, this can spark a little bit more creativity as well. You know, you're reflecting on your creativity. Can it be put into your career in some type of way? Can you move your career in some type of way? Aries season marks the time of like new beginnings. We're going to be having a solar eclipse in Aries, and this brings up like fresh energies towards your passions, towards what makes you happy, right? Sagittarius. But I will say that it has to be based in some type of creativity, because the Venus retrograde is asking you, what is creative to you? What will bring you resources? But what will bring you, like, you know, good food? Venus is that planet that likes to attract the good things out of life, but it also can attract flies and things that we don't actually need. But it does attract a lot of opportunities. So opportunities from the past can come back for you, Sagittarius, if you would allow this to happen. You could be really reassessing your goals. I do think that the month of March will get a lot of Sagittarius to think about where they want their life to go. I will say definitely try to help other people, because, you know, try to help other people with maybe their career. If you are changing careers, try to help other people reassess their, you know, creativity, how you know, they make money. Definitely use this time to try to help someone else, if that makes sense, Sagittarius, or whatever that they need help with. Because I do think that this is just a time to reflect on how you express yourself. Not that you have any trouble with this, but you can help someone else during this time, Sagittarius, that needs some type of help. You know, your passions are very heavy during this time, and they're very prominent, and a lot of people can benefit from that, Sagittarius. So yes, and you know, the 10th house is a very public place. So yeah, so Sagittarius, I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you found this video useful or helpful, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Oh my gosh, definitely try to send it to someone else, and maybe they can find it useful as well. Bye, Sagittarius. Hey, Capricorn. So Capricorn, March is going to be all about your home, your family, and your transformation. So if you haven't gone to watch the video on the eclipse season and the Venus retrograde, I give a really thorough description on what's going to happen in the month of March. So definitely go check those videos out. But Capricorn, for you, this full moon lunar eclipse is going to be expanding your perspective to your higher learning and your higher knowledge, your higher education. The Venus retrograde is bringing up themes on your past and your past influences and how it affects your present, your past programming, your past, you know, your motherhood trauma, your child trauma. These are things that influence you currently, Capricorn, and some part of you is trying to reassess those things. And this month is a time of reassessing, but it's also a time where you feel as though you get a chance to reset. You get a stronger emotion, stronger foundation, stronger backbone. Like, you see stronger visions of the future, Capricorn, if that makes sense. Like, your successes, you may experience some type of success, but you will experience some type of success only in the redirection of what influences your mind, what influences your sense of taking an action, Capricorn, if that makes sense. Like, your perspective is everything, right? And I do think that the Virgo eclipse is going to get you to change your perspective in some way. It may be very emotional, and it may be very unusual and uncomfortable, but it will mark a time for you, Capricorn, that is really sweet. It's a time that you will remember, because your present, you know, the past and present and the future all exist at the same very minute. But when you're able to now let go of past experiences, this is what it is. It's when you experience it, past experiences, you are able to change your perspective in some manner that changes your life. And in the month of March, you will be able to experience that and see that the stronger you become, the stronger foundations that you can make. So that's all I have for you. Capricorn, definitely go watch those other videos because you have a month ahead of you, Capricorn, and it's a beautiful time because there's nothing to fear for you anymore, Capricorn, and that's beautiful. It is only things to reflect on and move past and commit to healing them. So that's all I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, Capricorn. Hey Aquarius, March. So March is a time that marks a really, I would say it's almost a silent clarity that comes to your mind. Your communication and your intention becomes more heightened during this time. They're up for reevaluation. The lunar eclipse, well, if you haven't gone to watch a lunar eclipse video or the eclipse video and the Venus retrograde video, definitely go watch that because it gives you a better, it gives you a bigger picture on what's happening in the month of March for you. Aquarius, this is a time where you are rethinking your shared resources with another person. You're reassessing your intimacy, your value, your finances. Your psychological mind is up for reevaluation. The themes around trust, the themes around intimacy and mental clarity really comes up for you, Aquarius. You really want to go underneath the surface to find out how you can better your mind, your mindset. And so in Aries season, we know the Aries season marks a time of new beginning, but we have Venus retrograde. We have we have Mercury retrograde, and these are times when you're rethinking these things. Maybe you are rethinking how you can increase your finances and create another income stream. Maybe you're thinking about when we have the solar eclipse, this can be a time where you express yourself a little bit more boldly. You're thinking about how you can express yourself, how you can change your mind to make your voice heard or to make your voice more prominent. Sharing your voice, letting your ideas come to life. This is a time when you're really going to Aquarius, you're really going to have to trust yourself that you can experience bold results, or you can be bold and share your voice and let your ideas shine with authenticity, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't have to be attached to anything, Aquarius, if that makes sense. Like, people don't have to like it, but like let me just say it. Do what you want, society will adjust. Well, I won't say do what you want, definitely be mindful. But do what matters to you and do what puts you in a better position and pushes you forward, because your ideas are magnificent. Your voice must be heard. Aquariuses are very intelligent. They know what they're talking about. Aquarius risings. But, because Venus goes into retrograde, acting boldly is it's almost like it's a push and a pull. It's like I want to act boldly, but should I? Is this gonna give me to what I want to get to or not? You have to trust yourself. It's all about trusting yourself, Aquarius. You don't have to scream from the rooftops. I would, but you don't really have to. But you definitely have to reassess and think about what is in your mind, or what type of program do you have that is truly keeping you in fear of sharing your ideas or letting your ideas shine out as they should be. So yes, that's all I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you found this video useful or helpful, please try to send it to someone else, and maybe they can find it useful or helpful as well. I'll see you guys. Bye, Aquarius. Hey, Pisces. Wow, Pisces, we're going to be experiencing a lot this month. We have so many planets in our sign. There's so much focus on us, Pisces. You, Pisces, North Node, we have Saturn in our sign, Neptune in our sign, but leaving, so it's at a very critical degree, at its last degree. We have the North Node in our sign. We have Venus and Mercury going to be retrograding back and forth in Aries and Pisces. And this is going to mark a very, very significant time, Pisces. If you haven't gone and watched the videos, I will link them down below on the Venus retrograde and also the eclipse season. The eclipse season, oh my goodness, this is the theme of this month, Pisces. You are going to be trying to figure out how you can find balance with your values, rethinking about your values, finding balance within your, self-worth, Chiron has been in the second house for a long time now. There has been a lot of challenges with finances, with resources, with values or morals. And now this is a time where you'll find balance, because a solar eclipse in Aries brings the focus and balance to reassess your personal resources and your self-worth. This is a powerful reset for you, Pisces, because the solar eclipse always brings in new opportunities, new beginnings, and new ways of looking at yourself, your self-worth, and new ways to generate income. Also, new skills. The second house really is about our interaction with nature. It's about growing, farming, and having, solar eclipse in this sign. This really sparks a lot of ideas, a lot of, it really unlocks a lot of codes that are within your mind and within your DNA. The more time you spend outside in the sun, because it's a solar eclipse, the more time that you spend like encouraging yourself to make bold choices when it comes to your finances. But I will say that after Aries goes after Chiron goes out of your sign. No, I won't say after Chiron goes out of your sign, because we still have it for a little bit. But I will say that the next 6 months, it is time for you to take bold chances when it comes to your finances. I'll definitely say use your discernment, but because the North Node and the South Node is in at 180-degree opposing each other, this is a time for you to trust yourself, Pisces. You have to trust yourself. So if you believe that it is true, it will be true. Put action behind it, because we know that Aries is about action. All these retrogrades, Venus going into retrograde, is asking you to reflect on your financial priorities. This is a lot about your financial priorities in the month of March. A lot about how you can make finances in the month of March, because Chiron has been in this house, Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde. This is getting us to reassess on those types of, imbalances that have definitely been happening within our values and morals and resources. Okay. And so, you see what's working and what's not this month. This month it's because of the retrogrades, it's seeing what's working, what doesn't work anymore, and what needs to be let go of or needs to be developed on when you're developing on your sense of self-worth. That is truly what this is about. Worry about yourself this month, because this offers you a powerful reset that you've never seen before. And I want to say that Neptune is leaving our sign. We haven't experienced this. So we haven't experienced the we'll say Virgo, Neptune, Venus, Saturn conjunction, or them coming into any type of conjunction, coming into alignment, or all in the sign of Pisces in the same time. Okay. And so this is a very powerful shift, because we haven't seen Saturn there for some time now. And Saturn is marking this longevity, is marking this respect in the sign of Pisces, meaning that, Saturn is getting you to have a backbone. Saturn is getting you to rework what matters to you, get more serious about what you want inside of your life, Pisces. And at the same time, these are really bold sparks. It's like, trust the rhythm, though. It's like embrace these new opportunities for growth, yes, but definitely trust the rhythm of the universe and take bold choices and bold steps, not even bold choices, bold steps, Pisces, and believing in yourself and believing that you can create the life that you want. So yes, so that's all I have for you, Pisces. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Pisces, if you haven't if you found this video useful, send it to someone else and they may find it useful as well. I'll see you guys. Bye, Pisces.